I don't know.
All right, so the first thing, and this was announced yesterday, is that Scotiabank will be closing 8 branches amid the coronavirus in Jamaica. The bank says the closures will run from April 15 to April 30. So that's next week. That's not today and not tomorrow. So please do not run onto the banks. The branches that are going to be affected are Christiana, Crossroads, Iron Shore, Old Harbor, Oxford Road, Port Maria, St. Anne's Bay, and the University of the West Indies. All other branches will remain open, but would only facilitate transactions that cannot be conducted using one of our self-service channels. So yeah,
That's big.
That's big.
8 locations? One time?
Yeah.
Wow, that is
Successful
something.
service ABMs have been enhanced with additional features, including loan and credit card payments. So I tell you, if it's one thing, COVID has thrust us into the digital
It has.
age.
It has.
And everybody have to get with it online. And
Yeah, no choice at this point.
no choice. I understand the UE because up there is pretty much empty.
But Oxford Road,
Yeah.
it's a busy branch. Crossroads.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of run, Ministry of Labour and Social Security says it's working with Jamaica Post to ease a cash flow shortage at a number of post offices across Jamaica. This problem they've attributed to pensioners, some of whom would accumulate their benefit checks, and that has apparently triggered a run on the reserves of the postal services. Some pensioners, we're told, who used to save checks for up to 3 months are no longer waiting to do so. Instead, in an effort to reduce time spent in public spaces, seniors have opted to cash in everything, leaving post office, this article says, piggy banks squealing.
Yeah.
So the Postmaster General is now in dialogue with banks to arrange for the transfer of cash on a timely basis to offset the upsurge in demand. PS is saying that the authorities were also aware of the security risks associated with leaving too much cash in-house at post offices nationwide. So they're trying to solve the problem by getting more cash in the post offices. But if people know there are more cash in the post offices, then you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah. Which is sad.
It is very sad.
That we should be thinking about giving our pensioners their money, and one of the top of mind considerations have to be that people go and get teeth it. Yeah.
Terrible.
But I understand the need for the pensioners to want to have something in hand now, particularly, when they're given notices that you have to stay in and you have to limit your time on the streets. So they want to go out and get the things they need and stock up and go.
Of course.
So
makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
All right.
This one is very
Yeah.
and I kind of feel it's already happening. I mean, she says it could worsen child neglect, but I feel like
Inevitable.
yeah.
Our children's advocate, Diane Gordon Harrison, says that unless normality is restored to the education sector and the local economy in short order, COVID-19 could cause an increase in the neglect and abuse of children as a result of frustration. Yeah, it's something I've seen quite a few people raise. Joan Andrea Hutchinson, Yannick.
Yeah.
The fact that school sometimes is a safe haven for the children. They get up, put on them clothes, get away from the tensions at home. Particularly, I'll just say the tensions at home. I won't even try to put a demographic on it. Tension at home is tension at home.
Everything.
So this allows them to get a little break. But if there is no break, then
School is not just that place where they can get away from that. For some, school was the only place you could get a meal for the day.
Yeah.
So that's a problem as well.
Yeah.
It's a problem for, I see Terry Carell talking about this, for people who are in relationships that are abusive and they can't leave the homes either. So all sorts of implications for people who have to be, in the
it's
same
something we have to
space
look at, Sim.
Yeah.
Because we're looking at increases in domestic violence in other countries because of the COVID quarantine.
Best believe it's happening here
So,
too.
and we now have some real issues without the quarantine. So now there's a problem. So we have to try to beef up ways in which people who are being abused are able to get help and to respond.